He was a man whose crimes knew no borders. From the Caribbean to the streets of New York, he left a trail of bodies and unanswered questions. 3 police officers, a brutal murder in Brooklyn, and whispers of even more victims. For years, Adam Jorge Beníquez moved like a ghost, slipping past the law at every turn. Now, we uncover the dark truth behind one of the most dangerous fugitives you've never heard of. Real crimes are more terrifying than any ghost story. They are born from the darkest corners of the human mind, where greed, rage, and obsession twist into acts beyond imagination. In this channel, we dive deep into these chilling true events, unmasking the truth that hides in the shadows. If you have a passion for real crime stories, subscribe and join our growing community. Don't forget to click the bell button for more real-life crime stories. Adam Raymond Jorge Beníquez, a Puerto Rican-born convicted murderer and suspected serial killer, came under intense scrutiny for crimes spanning multiple regions. He was arrested in Brooklyn, New York, on February 23, 1991, following reports linking him to the murder of a jewelry store manager in Brooklyn, a case involving a 9mm pistol and a 30-round magazine. Prior to that, authorities suspected he had committed multiple killings in the Caribbean, including the murders of 3 police officers. His arrest prompted an international manhunt as law enforcement across Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands alerted local agencies due to his suspected crimes there. His case quickly became known to police departments across multiple jurisdictions, emphasizing his dangerous mobility and criminal reach. Investigations revealed that Beníquez had allegedly gunned down the owner of a jewelry store in Brooklyn, solidifying his criminal involvement in the U.S. His arrest near the scene of the crime tied him strongly to the violent incident, strengthening the evidence for prosecution. Law enforcement matched ballistics from his 9mm pistol to the shootings, further linking him to the crime scene. These findings led to his formal charging and subsequent conviction in New York courts. The convergence of evidence across jurisdictions added complexity to his legal case, involving international and multi-state coordination. In addition to the New York murder, Beníquez was accused of killing 3 police officers in the Caribbean, 1 in Puerto Rico and others in the U.S. Virgin Islands, underlining a serial pattern. The officers he allegedly shot were on duty, making the crimes particularly egregious in the eyes of law enforcement agencies. Reports indicated that gunfire erupted during a routine patrol, with Beníquez and an accomplice ambushing officers responding to an emergency call. After the killings, he fled, continuing his flight until his arrest in Brooklyn. His cross-border criminal activity captured national headlines, mercilessly painting him as a dangerous fugitive. Beníquez's trial in Brooklyn led to multiple convictions, including murder in the 2nd degree, robbery in the 1st degree, and criminal possession of a weapon in the 2nd and 3rd degrees. The jury delivered guilty verdicts on 4 counts, demonstrating the weight of the evidence against him. Sentencing followed swiftly. He received a term of 25 years to life in prison, a sentence reflecting the severity of his crimes. He entered formal incarceration on April 7, 1992. The sentence ensured he would likely remain behind bars for the rest of his life. During appeal proceedings, Beníquez challenged the legality of his arrest, questioning the validity of arrest warrants issued overseas, particularly in Puerto Rico, and the admissibility of certain evidence. The appellate court agreed that he should have been allowed access to review foreign arrest warrants, which formed the basis for much of the evidence against him. However, this procedural concern did not overturn his convictions, as the court ultimately found the errors did not undermine the overall integrity of the trial. His convictions and sentence were largely upheld, reinforcing the court's stance on procedural fairness. Despite legal wrangling, the outcome remained intact for victims and public safety. Beníquez's crimes earned him a notorious place in criminal justice records. As a convicted murderer with suspected serial patterns across multiple territories. His inclusion in the serial killer database underscores how law enforcement viewed his actions as part of a larger, ongoing threat. The case highlights the challenges of prosecuting cases that cross borders and involve multiple law enforcement jurisdictions. His pattern of violence, mobility, and evasion made coordination essential among agencies in New York, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. It also raised pressing questions about how fugitives can exploit jurisdictional gaps. Today, Adam Jorge Beníquez remains incarcerated, serving his sentence in a New York correctional facility after extinguishing it at Attica Prison, per correctional records. While he faced justice in the U.S., he has not yet been prosecuted for the supposed murders of the police officers in Puerto Rico, a fact that continues to weigh on local families and law enforcement officials. Authorities in Puerto Rico have reportedly begun reviewing the case after receiving notice of Beníquez's release or parole in New York, but legal complexities persist. Meanwhile, news of his criminal history has resurfaced in social media and public discourse, fueling calls for full accountability. The case of Beníquez remains a chilling reminder of how far justice must reach across borders.